Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. Here, this is the spot where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. Welcome home, Brains. There's only one requirement to hang out on the edge, is that you open your big brain and close your small mind. Did you bring your thinking caps? It's time to put them on, because the conversation starts now. Chiara Sharp, how are you, beautiful?
I am fantastic. How are you?
It's been one heck of a day, I'll tell you that. But I'm here with you now, and everything is about to get better. I'm really excited to have you pop in from Australia. Again, I love you, Australians. There is something going on down there at the bottom of the earth. It is just a vortex. And all of you guys are doing some amazing work. And you are here to share with us on the edge. This is where you are, Brains, at the place where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. We're here with Chiara Sharp today, and we're going to talk about a riveting program that she's facilitating through Bob Proctor. And Proctor is Proctor Gilroy, correct?
Proctor Gallagher. Sandy
Gallagher.
Gallagher is his business partner, yeah.
Oh, okay. I only remember him as Bob Proctor, so I am behind the scenes. But I want to find out what it is that has really captivated you and what you're going to be pouring into others. Also, the use of essential oils to heighten and sensing your senses of awareness. So I'm excited to have you here. Tell us a little bit more about you, Chiara.
Beautiful. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So yes, I am a Proctor Gallagher Consultant. I have been following the teachings of Bob Proctor for many, many years. I think I first saw The Secret back in 2006. And I saw him on that, and I had heard of him before that, but it was all law of attraction. And given my background in Reiki and alternative healing and energy work, I was fully on board with all of this law of attraction talk. And then, fast forward, since then, I've been a Reiki master. I run Reiki sessions, or I did run Reiki sessions with people, clientele, alignment sessions, mindset processes in my coaching sessions. And then in 2019, I discovered the Proctor Gallagher Institute with a dear friend of mine in New York who I formed a company with. And we discovered that he has the Proctor Gallagher Institute, where he trains people like myself as consultants to run a 6-month program called Thinking into Results. And truly what that does is it helps people create the results that they want in any area, and it all starts with our thinking. And so it's all about, changing people's perspective, changing the way they see things, and really coming in and learning how to focus on what they want. It's almost ignoring the reality of what is, which I know is challenging, especially in these times. But it's really powerful around teaching you how to come back to what it is that you want. Like, so many people don't know what they want.
They don't.
And so many people don't even let themselves entertain what they want for fear of what that will look like, for fear of what others will think. And we're all about bringing that out in people, having them really connect with what it is that they want, and have them know that everything we want is possible. And our thoughts change our vibration, and that has us attract the opportunities to match what it is that we want. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. But I want you to know that Sandy Gallagher, the Proctor Gallagher Institute, she's the brains behind this program. She did one of Bob's seminars years ago and put together this program and, put it in a proposal to Bob. And fast forward, we're all, running.
Bob was more spiritual based.
Well, yes, it is all spiritual based. It's this work is having us connect with the higher source, whether it's God, whether it's source, whether it's universe. When we think about what we want, coming from a place of wanting to make a difference to others, we're connecting with source.
Absolutely.
We're connecting with our higher power. And so this work really is quite spiritual, but it's mainstream. It's put in a way, it's created in a way where everyone gets this material.
So tell me a little bit about Sandy Gallagher. I know about Bob Proctor, but I've never really had an opportunity to venture into Sandy's work. Is she?
Well, she was a bank lawyer prior to this. So she was very successful in her own right. And she, from my understanding, she did Bob Proctor's seminar and just to get more training for herself as a leader. And what she got from that seminar was so much bigger than that. Right. She got the power in the material that he was teaching. And she thought, you know, people in corporate need this material. So essentially she was thinking of corporate, but this material works for everybody, not just people in the workplace. It happens, well, it works for mums, for dads, for teenagers, for everybody.
I would agree to disagree with you on that, only because, and I'm going to ask you, who is your ideal client? It's great to have the wherewithal to want to change, but it is more than just a wish list. It's actually getting in and doing the work, working with great people like you to coach and facilitate, to understand, to do the deep dive of what you want and what you're willing to let go of. Because you can't just take, brains. You got to give. This is a give and a take. What are you ready to let loose of? Is it self-limiting belief? Is it that negative self-talk? Is it the, the I can? Because I have that conversation with myself. I am and I can all the time. You got to talk yourself into it, brains. You've got these outside influences of negativity. You've got, the environment that you're in. You may walk into a household and you're bubbly and you go in there and here you're greeted by the Debbie Downer, or you're greeted by the narcissist, or you're greeted by the person that's on substance abuse, or the person that just you really don't like. So you have to edit and filter all of these things in your life to make a difference. What was your aha moment? What made you decide that you wanted to take this journey and do this as a life calling?
There's so many moments. But the biggest thing that I've gotten from doing this work, and, this is while I was training to be a consultant, is that it's all about our self-image. Our results in life, whether we have what we want or not, is all based around the way we see ourselves. And this work is truly based on our self-image as to how successful we are in life. And so I decided last year when I started running these programs that my purpose in life now is to help transform and lift the level of self-image in, firstly, myself, which I'm doing and I've done and I've seen the results, and I want that for others. I want to transform the level of self-image in people so that they manifest the results that they want in life, whether it be work-related, relationships, health. Everything's based around how we see ourselves, whether we love ourselves, whether we know we're worthy. And this work has us really delve into what's missing and our self-worth, our self-confidence, and also connecting with the higher mental faculties of our mind. So it's working from our higher mental faculties, not just, acting on our senses of what we hear, taste, smell, touch, and feel, instead of those senses of what's going on around us, we choose our thinking through our higher faculties.
Well, again, now I love to give an opposing point of view, because some people misconstrue this,
Mm.
self-image as conceit or vanity or ego or arrogance. And all of those things are a part of each one of our characteristics, and they need to be managed. As like I say, they need to be filed like a hangnail. You've got to take the sharp edge off, but you've got to know how to position this, and you've got to be able to work with others. Self-image is great, but you can't run as an entrepreneur a business by yourself. You still need people. You cannot run a household by yourself. You can't, do a lot of things solo. You have to be in partnership, in concert with others. How does this program teach individuals to cohabitate with others? Not just dealing with self, but also taking that, because I had a situation today that I had to dial back and realize that I needed this person's assistance. So don't come off combative. How does it teach people to find balance when working with others as well?
Well, look, this Thinking into Results program is made up of 12 modules, 12 lessons. And one of the lessons I'm thinking of, because I took it through with my clients, I took my clients through this lesson last week or the week before, was lesson 10. And it's all about knowing how to follow and knowing how to lead, because we can't be great leaders in the world and have people follow us if we ourselves can't follow.
Absolutely.
So it's all about knowing how to follow, knowing when to follow, knowing when to lead, knowing how to do both, and allowing others to guide us. And also this program teaches us overall how to be ourselves fully so that we can give others the impression of increase. We talk about giving the impression of increase, leaving someone feeling better, right. Leaving someone feeling like you've increased their life somehow. Mm-hmm. And I've really gotten that through this work. And I know that my clients feel an increase in their life through doing this work, and the ability to actually be of service in a whole bigger way through raising their level of self-image and doing this program.
What's your ROI? What do you get out of doing this? And I say that from a very authentic place. Sometimes it's power, sometimes it's ego, sometimes it's just pure joy, sometimes it's money. What is your ROI for doing this? What's your warm fuzzy?
I get so much joy out of seeing the results that people get from doing this work. I get so much confirmation that I'm on track. Like when I hear clients say what they're accomplishing and what they're moving through, like as you move through this program, your paradigms come up. It's all about changing our paradigms. Mm-hmm. Those old negative habits and beliefs that we've been, following and living by for so many years by default. You get to uncover those paradigms and you get to create new paradigms in this program. So just, seeing what they're accomplishing and having them be aware of truly who they are, that brings me absolute joy in knowing that I'm on track and exactly where I'm meant to be.
But sometimes it's scary knowing exactly who you are, because some people can't manage that. So again, working with someone like you to help facilitate that is very important, because, when you're working with the subconscious mind, you are delving into something that you've never explored before. And you have expertise in guiding and facilitating because you were a Reiki master. Yes. And also the heightening of your sensations by using essential oils. Tell me how those two modalities really add to what you're doing as a consultant.
Oh, I love it. So I'm also a distributor and a lover of Young Living essential oils. And so we use these oils in tandem with this work. Every day I apply an oil. So I'm right now diffusing abundance and joy. They raise our frequency. Just like our thinking either raises or lowers your frequency, depending on what you think,
Right.
the oils raise our frequency. Just simply placing a drop into our hands and inhaling. If I'm thinking of my goal, I will take abundance, for example, or highest potential. I'll inhale it and wear it and think about my goal or write it out, you know. So the oils go hand in hand with this work because of their frequency. And they're beautiful. They're beautiful. They make a difference to our well-being, and they make a difference to our frequency.
But in addition to making a difference to, how we smell, these essential oils are actually medicine.
They are.
So they relieve stress, they relieve pain, they relieve anxiety. And so people have to be careful using essential oils sometimes because they are medicine. Do you
They
make
are.
yours?
Can I just, if I can just interrupt there, we
Absolutely.
have to be really careful about being compliant when we talk about the oils.
Oh, okay.
So the essential oils are powerful, and I say that they support natural well-being. They assist the body. They definitely balance emotions. They definitely help shift your emotions. And I can say that wholeheartedly. When it comes to pain, we can't say it gets rid of pain. There are certain oils on the market now in the US especially where we can say certain things. But predominantly what we say is that these oils, they truly are the purest on the planet. And I can say that because I've been with them long enough. I've visited their farms, all of that. I know they're pure, and you're just getting essential oils. And you only need one drop. You're right, April. You only need a drop. They're so potent and pure and beautiful. One drop is all you need. In the diffuser, 4 drops max. But they really do help support and uplift us and relieve, stress and anxiety, really calm us, help us sleep, and
And it's
really
great
beautiful for
meditation.
the emotions.
Yeah, it's really great in meditation too because it sets the mood.
Oh,
So now
yes.
let's talk a little bit about Reiki. How did Reiki find you?
So Reiki found me just like the oils found me, and just like Bob Proctor found me. That's the thing. When we're ready, the thing finds us.
Absolutely.
We need to be ready. We need to be vibrationally aligned. And so I was introduced to Reiki back in 1996. I was searching for healing. Back then I was living in Sydney, Australia, and I was suffering a lot from back pain and neck pain and things like that. And I hadn't delved into any of this work, but I was very drawn to Reiki. So I came across Reiki, and I found a Reiki master there, and I had some sessions, and then I thought, no, I love this. I want to be a Reiki master. I want to help people align their energies the way I discovered it was helping me. So back in 1996, I did some courses, Reiki 1 and Reiki 2, and I started practicing Reiki. Back then, I wasn't using the oils. I was just using the energy. And then I moved to Melbourne in 1998, and I became a master. And so I was both attuning people to the Reiki energy as well as practicing it. Yeah.
Now, tell people what Reiki is. I know what it is. I've had it done, and it's amazing. It's
Mm.
amazing. But what is
So Reiki is a Japanese healing modality, and I do it the Yusui method of Reiki. So Dr. Yusui created it. He discovered the power of the healing energy, and he was downloaded from God, from source. He was downloaded the symbols and the ways in which to administer Reiki. So he put it together, and he taught family members and friends how to give it. And he soon started attuning people to it. And he also, it's really funny. People have this thing about money, paying for these kinds of services. Maybe not so much today, I don't know. But back then, people were a bit funny about paying for the service.
Mm,
And he applied a price to a Reiki session because it was about valuing the
absolutely.
giver and also investing in your own health.
Absolutely. And you know, I tell people all the time, money is energy. And
Yes.
if you live a fluid life, you live like this. So it's going to come and it's going to go. But if you live like this, you cannot receive nor can you give.
No,
The choice is
no.
yours, you know?
And it's especially the same even now with what I teach, this program. There are so many wonderful YouTube videos out there with Bob speaking and with other teachers speaking. And I've offered so much for free. I've got a whole YouTube channel where I've offered meditations for free. However, and I had a client only tell me this last week, when you invest in a mentor to guide you, and what you said before, April, about, this is big work. And when you're doing it on your own, you can sometimes take yourself out and give up. But when you're paying for a mentor to guide you, and through every day of your studies and all that you go through, the power is greater. And when we invest in our growth, we're letting the universe, we're letting God know we're serious about wanting to grow.
Mhm.
And we're trusting in another to help us do that. So investing in our growth, whether it's this program, whether it's Reiki, whether it's any kind of modality, it's so important to invest in yourself. And also what you're doing is you're giving an impression of increase to that person. You're paying them for their time and their service.
Right. And it's
And
value.
it's special.
It's value. And I tell people all the time,
Yeah.
if you are in business, there's a dollar amount attached to it. And that's just the way it is. Money is energy. That doesn't mean that, oh, well, she didn't give it to me for free. I really don't like a whole lot of free stuff because it's cheesy. It's like I talk to authors all the time. They write a book. Oh, I give my book away. Well, now it's become a pamphlet. But if a person pays $20, they have an investment. They're going to read it. And you
It's
have
so true.
invested time, energy, money, your spirit, your soul, your wisdom to help grow and develop other individuals. And it's worth every penny.
Yeah.
So, brains, if you are not willing to make the investment, I get it. But you can't ride this pony for free and really get all that it takes. Bob has traveled, and they have been broke at one time too.
Yes.
So you have to understand that we need to lift each other up all the time. Please tell my brains how to get in contact with you to do more work because I think what you're doing is brilliant. I love your voice inflection. It's soft and it's sultry. I can just imagine going into a deep meditation with you and feeling the energy of the Reiki. Please tell my brains how to get in contact with you.
Well, I am on Facebook under Chiara Sharp, and also on Insta as well. And here in Australia, you're welcome to email me, or you can email me as well. So it's I'll give you my email address. Do you want me to do that now, or will you write it?
And I'm going to definitely put it at the bottom of the interview. Yeah, all your information, contact information.
Yeah, awesome. So it's email address, Chiara and Daniel. That's my husband's name. We have our business for Bob Proctor, and the work that we do as coaches is Empire Coaching Proprietary Limited. So our email address is chiaranddaniel@gmail.com, or you can find me as Chiara Sharp on Facebook and Insta. I have groups as well. So you can contact me in any of those ways. And I'd be more than happy to connect with you and just see what's possible for you through doing these programs.
Do a discovery call. So how did you get the name Chiara? Because you changed your name. Tell me about that.
Oh, I did. So I was born into an Italian family, and I think it's still relevant now, but back then definitely the parents were expected to name their children after their parents. So I was the firstborn. I was named after my grandmother, Chiara. At the time, my mum was aware that, you know, she didn't want me to be bullied, and she thought that I wouldn't want to go through life as Chiara. So she changed it to Kerry. So for the first 30 years of my life, I was known as Kerry. So it was Chiara on my birth certificate, but I was known as Kerry. And so even as I say that now, it sounds so foreign. But when I was 29, and prior to that, I was having, you know, back issues and neck issues, and I was, you know, seeing chiropractors all the time. And then I was 29, and I really hit a slump in my physical well-being, and I also ended up having ear infections, so I was dizzy all the time, and it was just prior to my 30th birthday. And I was living in Sydney, and my family came up to Sydney to help celebrate my 30th with all of my friends up there. But I was not well. I was not well. I was losing weight. I wasn't eating. And at the time, I was Kerry Louise Tino. That was my name. And my mum and I jumped into a cab, and the taxi driver was Russian, and we were driving. We were on our way home, and he looked at me in the rearview mirror, and he said to me, "You're not well." And I said, "No, I'm not." And he said, "Look, I understand you don't know me. I'm a Russian taxi driver. My name is Zorab, but I'm also a numerologist, and I feel I need to do your numbers." Now, I don't know if you know numerology,
Oh,
yes?
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I'd never had that done before, right? This was prior. This whole thing happening had me move into who I was becoming. And that's when, after that, it's when I discovered Reiki and everything else, right? But prior to this, I was lost, which explains my lack of well-being. Anyway, he says, "I have to do your numbers." So I said, "Okay, when you drop us off at home, park the car and come in for a cup of tea." My mum was a little worried, me introducing, you know, inviting a stranger into my home. But I just felt in every cell of my being I could trust him. So we went inside. Mum made us a cup of tea in the other room. I took a pen and a paper, and he wrote out my name, Kerry Louise Tino, and he looked at it and he said, "I'm not getting anything from this. I'm not getting anything from this." And I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "This isn't your name." I said, "Yes, it is." And we argued back and forth. And he said, "No, what name were you born with?" And I said, "Chiara." "But that's not my name." And so he had me spell it out, and he went in to double check with Mum, God love her. And she said, yes, she was born as Chiara, but her name's Kerry. So he comes out and he moves things around, and he says, "No, Chiara is your name. But if we have you become Chiara right now, just like that, it'll be too much of a shock to your life. So you need to be Kerry Chiara Tino for 12 months, and then change your name after that to Chiara Tino." And he went into then reading Chiara Tino, and he said things like, you know, "You're a healer. You're going to make a massive difference in this world, but you need to let go of some stuff first and heal. And as you move forward as Chiara, you will make a global difference."
Wow.
Now you can imagine, just before turning 30, I hear this man, and I'm, you know, not well, and I'm hearing him. And as strange as it sounded, it excited me, and I recognized the truth in it. And so I did exactly what he said. And that was the beginning of my healing. He put me onto an incredible hypnotherapist up there. And that really was the beginning of my healing. I discovered through my healing then that everything is caused by our thinking and our emotions. And by releasing certain emotions and ways of thinking, I was able to heal.
Wow.
And be who I really am. And so, yes, Chiara is my name.
Well, that's beautiful. And I wanted to hear that story. I definitely wanted to hear that. And before we conclude our interview, tell me a little bit about the program, because you ongoing have 6-week or 8-week programs that you're running, and you're about to start one. So tell us a little bit about that and what that entails and what your clients have to look forward to.
Yeah. So the main program that I run is Thinking into Results. That's a 6-month program. And you can come into that at any stage. So I'm ongoingly running fortnightly group sessions for my clients. We do one-on-one calls whenever needed, but you're studying 12 modules. So you're studying a module over 2 weeks, and it's really, really powerful. And you can come in at any time to study this material. So you can come in anytime. And also the other program, the 8-week program, is I'm starting tonight, called Magic in Your Mind. I'm offering that for 8 weeks. And, you know, you can either join me for that. That actually starts, but it's the Thinking into Results program that you can join at any time. So the 8-week program that I'm offering that starts today, you either need to join today or after this program is done. But the Thinking into Results program is ongoing, and you can jump into that anytime and just let me know. You can contact me to find out.
Well, Brains, I'm going to give you all of her information. She is a trailblazer. And so I'm so excited that you are able to identify and recognize what you need, as well as the infinite possibilities in others. And so that is a gift within itself. So thank you so much for being here on the edge with me and my
You're so welcome.
Okay?
You are so welcome.
I want you to come back, check in, let me know what's going on. You come here to San Diego, we'll figure out a way to host you and see what's going on in the world, because Brains, a change is going to come, whether you want it to or not. So you better
looking
be ready
forward to
for
it.
And I hope it's in a positive direction. Thank you so much, Chiara. You are the best.
Thank you. Bye-bye.